When my tenants pay off my mortgage, I'll move out and have another couple of students live in my side. Then, all the rent money will be mine, and the building will keep making money. This is called making your money work for you, like I learned in the book. So how do you start when you're 12? Here's what I did. When I was 10, my mom took me to see her financial planner. These are people who help you plan financially for your future and retirement. This lady asked me if I had a job. At the time, I was shoveling driveways for money. She asked if I could afford $50 a month. I thought I could, but I had to come up with some other jobs, and my mom offered to help me. So I went with a type of investment where I contributed $50 each month. The fund company now pays me money and it's put back in my fund. So although I only contributed $600 last year, my account's now over $900. Again, my money's working for me. Great, huh? How can you start becoming rich today? Rich Dad, Poor Dad says once you have a job and allowance for both, you should divide your money into 3 separate bank accounts. First one is for charity. My split will be 5% for charity because it's really important to know that you're helping people in need and it makes you feel good. But it also gives me a tax credit, meaning I don't have to pay as much income tax each month. The second bank account is for savings. I put my savings in the account of the financial advisor opened for me. But I also keep some spending money to buy things I want now. The rest is saved money for emergencies. The third account is the most important if you want to get rich. It's called the investment account. This is where most of your money should go. It's this money that you will use to purchase future real estate. Eventually, your investments will start making money for you without doing any work, other than maintenance in the building, which you can hire someone to do for you. Now, as you can see in this chart here, if you look to the left side of the chart where you see all the money, it'll show you if you start paying if you start paying $300 a year to the bank account at 13, at the end of the year, they will add $11 to your bank account. Right here, so you'll contribute $300, and then your account will be $311 because they add money each year. Now, if you contribute $300 every year until you're 18, you'll actually have more money, a lot more money than you paid for, than you gave to them. Even if you don't contribute any money for the next 11 years, the money will more than double. However, it shows here that if you don't start paying until you're 19, you'll have to work double the time for less than double the money. Always be looking for ways to make money, and owning your own business is the best way to do so. Being your own boss, control of when you work and what you do, that's the greatest. I want to retire when I'm 50 and have enough wealth to afford giant houses, really expensive cars, and all the latest electronics. I started my financial plan today, I'm already on my way. When I'm old enough to get my first real paying job, I still want to follow my plan to save $10,000 to my first investment. Then, keep using my money to buy more apartments and other investments until my investments make enough money to provide me with a rich income for the rest of my life.
want to be rich like Matt?
Well, I'm not really rich yet, but I do have like $170 like in a wallet right now.
Do you have questions? Any questions that we might have? Any questions? There's a question here. What's your question? She wants to know what age she should start at. She's asking what age she should start at.
Well, you can start at any age you want to, and the younger you start, like, the better your future will be. So I recommend if you can start when you go home. If you can get some money when you go home, let the age show the driveways. I recommend starting right now for all of you.
Other questions at the back?
What's your recommendation to your fellow students about credit cards, please?
Credit cards. Well, really credit cards you shouldn't use very often, but you should use them. I actually kind of forget what my mom told me it can give you good credit. I'm not really sure what that means. I kind of forget.
Let me help. If you have good credit, it means that people will be willing to loan you money for big things like houses or cars, because it'll be really hard to save enough money to buy a house and a car.
Yeah.
So if you have good credit, like Matt is saying, it's good to use a credit card, then pay it off. As soon as your bill comes in, you
Yeah,
pay it.
and really the only time you should be using your credit card is if, like, maybe you go to the store or something, and then something is a little too much money, you don't have enough money, just use that and make sure you have the money to pay for it, and then just save that money.
Any other questions? At the back? Yes. Question? He's saying that if we start investing our money now, is it really true that we can have even more than we put into it by the time we're 25?
Oh, yeah. That's what you hear. You get more than double. You don't get paid for 11 years. You stop paying at 18. Like I said, the later you start, the more money you have to pay, and you get less money. So I recommend starting right now when you go home.
Okay, we'll just take a few more questions. Welcome at the back there. What is your question? He's asking about if we don't pay our bills on time, what will happen?
Well, you're probably going to lose your house, your car, and pretty much everything you own. And then you're going to have to start all over again.
So investing is the way to go.
Yes, investing. But make sure you don't contribute all your money to investing because you still need to save money.
Yay! Yay!